Psalm 2, verses 10 through 11. In the prior verses, we've seen how the anointed Son has rulership or reign over all the kings of the earth, and now we're going to see the appropriate response. Kainun basileis, sunete, paiduthete, pantes hoi krinantes tein gain, delusete to kyriou in fabo, kai agaliaste auto in tramo. Let's begin with this transition, kainun, and now, which is, again, referring back to prior verses and saying, okay, in light of the preceding, what should be the response? Basileis here, that is the plural of king, and so kings, and then the verb here for them is sunete, which is from suniemi here with the ete ending. You have some spelling changes because it's athematic to get to that. This is a second plural aorist active imperative, so know or understand something. Then we have another verb for them, paiduthete. This is from paiduo, and with the theta ending with the absence of an epsilon on the front end, this is going to be a second plural aorist passive subjunctive, in which case it's going to be almost a cohortative, almost functions like a command here. And this is a great translation of the underlying Hebrew, which is hivasiru, which is a nifal here, also conveying a passive sense. And from paiduo, this is going to be be disciplined, be instructed, or something like that. So receive instruction, perhaps that would work. And it's pantes hoi krinantes. This is a nominative plural masculine present active participle. You see the es ending there. So krino means to judge. So this is those who judge the earth here. Now, that's verse 10, and then we keep going in verse 11, doulusete, and you can probably tell with the doul here, this is derived ultimately from doulos. This is the verbal form. This is a second plural aorist active imperative once more. And so something, notice the sate ending, something to the effect of be in service to, serve in some way, and serve to kurio, nice dative there, serve the Lord. We've seen the Lord, of course, previously in the psalm, and serve him in fabo, in fear, reverence, and so forth, even trembling before his majesty. And then a very interesting conclusion here, and this nicely matches the underlying Hebrew. We begin with the verb agaliao, and this is another second plural. In this case, it's a present middle imperative with the aste ending from agaliao, and it means to rejoice. So rejoice to him, and then we have another in clause, in tramo. Tramos means trembling, so it's nicely parallel to the fear word here. And so it's kind of a strange, almost disjunctive response. Serve him in fear, but also rejoice with trembling, or in trembling, because the Lord and his anointed are worthy of adoration, reverence, and even fear and trembling as they exercise their dominion over both the kings and the judges of the earth. So it's quite a beautiful way in which those who previously in the psalm were antagonizing the anointed one and antagonizing the Lord under his benevolent leadership, they should bow the knee and learn from and understand and serve and rejoice before his rule. Now, one small thing to mention is that pantes and auto here are not present in the Hebrew, so in some of the Latin traditions, you'll see them either omitted or obelized to reflect something closer to the underlying Hebrew. One final thing to point out is that this tension between the kings and rulers and the anointed one, even though these verses are not necessarily used directly in the New Testament, we see that tension play out, especially in the book of Revelation. And the ultimate resolution is that the anointed one, which again goes back to Psalm 2:2, ultimately becomes the King of kings and the Lord of lords and the final judge of all. So there's a resolution to this psalm as we arc way ahead towards the book of Revelation.